Hey guys, welcome to another video of MindPal, where you will learn how to build a multi-agent workflow to automate business processes. In today's video, we will use two very new models from Perplexity and OpenAI to build the workflow for writing a newsletter. In this workflow, I will use the Sonar Deep Research, the latest model from Perplexity that can do deep research on the topic. Then, after deep research step, I will use GPT-4.5 from OpenAI to write the content. If you remember, I have a workflow in previous video to write a newsletter that looks similar to this. This workflow has 6 steps, and it includes 3 steps to do deep research using other models. But now we have an API from Perplexity that can do deep research in one single step, which reduces the complexity of the workflow. Now we only need to do step 2 in this workflow to write a newsletter that is well-researched. Let's look closer at this workflow. Similar to last time, we still have the topic, the target audience, and a reference for this workflow. The difference here is that in this deep research step, we only have a very simple prompt to gather all the information and select the most relevant details for the new lecture on the topic. In the model here, I will select the Sonar Deep Research from Perplexity as the large language model for this agent. This deep research model will generate answers from the language model like any other model from OpenAI or Anthropic. However, the difference is that with the Perplexity model, you'll get responses that are research-backed. It will double-check with all the web content before providing an answer. This eliminates the need to add a web search tool or the need to decompose into multiple steps to get a well-researched result. Now, we move on to the next step to write the newsletter content. Normally, in a workflow, I would try to assign multiple steps to write more sophisticated content. But now we have a huge model from OpenAI. GPT-4.5 is still in preview mode, but you can use it now on MindPal. This model promises that it can write and plan tasks. It is great for creative tasks and has emotional intelligence. So I will try to dump all the things into a single model in this step to test whether it can satisfy us. Let's update this agent. And now, let's run this workflow to see it in action. The topic I want to try is the application of voice agents in customer support, for example. The target audience I will target is business owners and developers who want to build voice agents. I don't have any references for now, so let's just continue this workflow. Now, the deep research model from Perplexity will do the deep research first. Because this model is a deep research model, it will take more time than usual compared with other models to start generating the response. So we will wait a little bit before this step is done. Yeah, it starts generating the response. And you can see that this deep research model is a kind of both reasoning plus web search. You can see it has a think tag here from Perplexity that starts to think first about the intention of my query before it ends the think tag and actually generates the answer for us. Yeah. It starts to write about the roles of AI agents in customer support and voice agents. It mentions some benefits of implementing voice agents, like 24/7 availability and increased customer satisfaction. Now, GPT 4.5 starts to write the newsletter here. And the thing that I noticed is that when GPT 4.5 generates the answer, it seems to produce tokens much slower than the other models like GPT 4.0. We will see that it can read the other models, for example, Claude 3.7, because you should know that GPT 4.5 is nearly 15 times more expensive than GPT 4.0 and 10 times more expensive than Claude 3.7. So it is insanely expensive to run this model, and I think the performance, based on the benchmark as I read in their report, is not very impressive. It's even a little bit lower than Claude 3.7, and it is even lower than Grok 3 from Twitter. Grok 3 does not have an API, so we cannot verify that. But let's read the main content here. Yeah, I think it actually succeeded in writing the content. However, I think that with GPT 4.0, it could do the same, or even Claude or O3 Mini could do the same as GPT 4.5 here. It's okay, obviously, but not okay when we consider the cost to produce this response. Anyway, if you want to duplicate this workflow into your workspace, you can go to the link in the description, and I will put the link to this workflow for you to duplicate. Feel free to use any kind of model from GPT 4.0 to GPT 4.5 or 3 Mini or Claude 3.7 to compare their responses and let me know your experience. Happy building!